The Golden State Warriors are about to blow the roof off the NBA with a move so massive, fans can hardly believe it. Rumors are swirling that the Dubs are locking in another superstar trade, this time targeting a Heat legend to join forces with Steph Curry and Jimmy Butler in what could become the most dangerous big three in basketball. But that's not all. There's serious buzz that Kai Sotto might be next in line to wear the blue and gold. As the NBA world holds its breath, insiders confirm the Warriors are going all in for another title run. Is this the beginning of a new dynasty, or the boldest gamble in franchise history? Let's dive in. The NBA has just been flipped upside down with shocking trade whispers coming straight out of the Bay Area. The Golden State Warriors are reportedly in the final stages of executing a massive trade deal with none other than the Miami Heat. That's right, folks. After already shaking up the league by pairing Steph Curry with Jimmy Butler, the Warriors may be about to pull off yet another historic blockbuster, forming a big three that could send chills down every contender's spine. We're talking about a full-force super team with experience, grit, championship DNA, and an all-out mission to dominate the NBA once again. And this isn't just some random mid-season rumor. This is coming from multiple credible insiders who've hinted that the Warriors' front office is deep in trade talks with the Miami Heat, and the name being floated is none other than Bam Adebayo. That's right, arguably one of the league's most elite two-way big men, a defensive anchor, an offensive force, and a guy who has proven himself under playoff pressure, is being discussed as the final puzzle piece in Golden State's superteam revival. Think about it: Steph Curry, the undisputed face of the Warriors franchise; Jimmy Butler, the relentless competitor who never backs down; and now Bam Adebayo, who brings rebounding, rim protection, scoring, and playmaking from the center position. This would give the Warriors a legitimate big three, possibly one of the most well-rounded trios in the modern era. The implications are absolutely massive. The Western Conference is already loaded, but if the Warriors pull this off, it could completely alter the balance of power in the NBA. With teams like the Denver Nuggets, Phoenix Suns, and Los Angeles Lakers making their own moves to stay competitive, the Warriors seem to be going all in one more time before Curry eventually hangs up his jersey. And what's wild is that this move is not just about the now, it's about setting up a new dynasty in Golden State, using experienced veterans and championship-tested players. Let's dive into how this would even be possible. The Warriors have had a roller coaster of a season, some brilliant highs, some crushing lows, and a constant battle with injuries and inconsistency. Despite the odds, Curry continues to defy age and lead by example, putting up MVP-caliber performances night after night. Jimmy Butler, who was acquired in a jaw-dropping off-season move, has fit into the Warriors' culture like a glove, bringing that same Heat culture edge to the Bay Area. But the missing piece? The frontcourt. The Warriors have struggled to protect the rim and consistently win the rebounding battle. Draymond Green is aging, Looney can only do so much, and their younger centers haven't lived up to expectations yet. Adding Bam Adebayo would immediately solve those problems and elevate the Warriors into true title contention. But here's the kicker: this trade isn't going to come cheap. The Heat won't just hand over Adebayo without a serious return. And that's where the tough decisions begin. According to multiple reports, Jonathan Kaminga is once again at the center of trade talks. The young forward has shown flashes of brilliance, and while fans would hate to see him go, the Warriors might have to sacrifice youth for guaranteed success now. There's also talk of including Moses Moody, draft picks, and possibly Andrew Wiggins to make the salary match. If Wiggins is moved, it would be a sad end to a crucial chapter in Warriors history, especially considering his huge role in the 2022 NBA Finals run. But again, this is about winning now. Curry isn't getting younger. Butler is already in his mid-30s. And with the West being as tough as it is, there's no time to waste. What makes this even more intense is that the Warriors' front office is reportedly being pressured by Steve Kerr and Curry himself to make a bold move. They've seen what happens when you sit still, the league passes you by. Kerr has been vocal lately about the team's need to adapt and evolve. Bringing in a player like Bam Adebayo would be the kind of seismic move that gets everyone on board. Now, if you thought that was enough spice, hold on, because there's even more heat coming. Sources have also whispered that this potential trade might not be the Warriors' only move. The team is still very interested in bringing Kai Sotto to the Bay. Yes, the young Filipino phenom continues to attract attention, and the Warriors might be preparing a spot on the roster for him as a long-term development project. Imagine a team that has Curry, Butler, Adebayo, and is preparing the next generation with someone like Sotto in the mix? This is a franchise playing chess while others are playing checkers. Now, let's take a step back and think about how this new Big Three would function on the court. Offensively, you've got Curry spacing the floor and drawing defenders like gravity. Butler can create off the dribble, score in the mid-range, and dish out assists in clutch moments. Then there's Adebayo, who can set screens, roll to the rim, knock down mid-range shots, and even initiate the offense from the high post. This trio would be lethal in the pick and roll, nearly impossible to guard in transition, and capable of switching everything on defense. Defensively, they'd be just as scary. Butler and Adebayo are both elite defenders, while Curry, despite his size, has improved drastically over the years in positioning and steals. And don't forget Draymond Green, who would still be in the mix. He might not be part of the trade and could play a valuable glue role communicating on defense, setting the tone, and giving the team the grit it needs when things get physical. As for the fans, they are absolutely buzzing on social media. You've got some diehards begging the Warriors to keep Kaminga and build for the future. Others are saying, trade him. We want rings now. And some are even calling this the second coming of the Hamptons 5, a new era where the Warriors dominate the league with a deadly mix of shooting, defense, and unselfish basketball. One thing's for sure, if this trade happens, it will go down as one of the boldest moves in NBA history. The Warriors are not afraid to gamble. And if this gamble pays off, don't be surprised if we're talking about another championship parade in San Francisco before the end of next season. But let's also keep an eye on the Heat. Pat Riley isn't the type to lose a trade. If he gives up Bam, you can be sure he's getting something big in return, either a package of rising stars or draft capital to make his own counter-move. Could this be the start of a domino effect in the league? Could other teams scramble to keep up? And while we're asking questions, let's talk about Stephen Curry. What does this mean for his legacy? He's already a 4-time NBA champion, a 2-time MVP, and the greatest shooter of all time. But if he pulls this off, leads another team built around him to a title, this time with new co-stars like Butler and Adebayo, it could further cement him as one of the greatest players in NBA history, possibly top 5. This move could be the perfect balance of old and new, of experience and youth, of offense and defense. And if everything aligns, health, chemistry, coaching, this Warriors team could once again